Okay, we're on meter now. Alright, check 1, 2, 3. Check, check. Oh, it's a little loud. Oh yeah, we're loud, my guy. We're loud. We're too loud. Check 1, 2, 3. Bitcoin. AMP.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Check 1, 2, 3. Bitcoin. AMP. Yeah, that sounds good now. Okay.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, much better. Beautiful. Okay. Let me see now.
Yeah, that sounds good now. Okay.
Started. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Check 1, 2, 3. Bitcoin.
I'm turning down the music a little bit.
Bitcoin. Yeah, it sounds good. It's just the music is loud on here. Awesome. Yeah, it sounds good. It's just the music is loud on here.
Hello. 1, 2, 3.
Awesome. Yeah, it sounds good. It's just the music is loud on here.
Hello. 1, 2, 3.
Yep. Sounds good to me.
All right.
Yep. Sounds good to me.
All right.
Sounds good to me.
Is it like a repeated one and a half? All right, we're about to go get on. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. All right. All right, we're about to go get on. Hello, guys. Welcome back to another episode, but it's Smooth Crypto. I know we've been gone for a little while now, but there hasn't been much happening in the crypto market lately. I mean, there's a lot happening, but all the thing that's happening is everything just keeps going down. We were under the impression that Trump was going to be good for crypto. I mean, he still is pretty good. There's a lot of positive news that are coming out for crypto. Countries are still buying it. Companies still buying in. But the tariffs definitely have been taking a toll on Bitcoin and on crypto in general and everything else, honestly. Not just crypto overall, but also commodities, stocks, other types of assets. So it's not just crypto. It's just like in general, the market has been going down. Okay, but we're back for another episode. I'm here with Crypto Poppy. Say hi to the people.
What's going on?
We are back. We're doing another technical analysis. We're going to keep it short and brief. We just got 10 coins that we're going to analyze just to see where they're at. I mean, everybody knows that they're down, right? But this is, I think it's been long enough for us to take a look at the market, see where it's currently at right now. So when things start turning around again, then we have an idea where we were to where we're going. This is not the worst bear. I mean, would you consider this a bear market now?
No, not yet.
Okay.
No.
But it's just in a downtrend right now. It's not a bear market, not officially. We're still with the hopes that it's going to turn around and things are going to go up again. And when it does, and probably it's going to pump even higher than before, because that's how crazy the markets are. I mean, not just in crypto, but also like the real estate market. I looked at some neighborhoods where I'm helping one of my friends buy a house. There was a neighborhood where the houses were up to $1.3 million.
Wow.
And they ended up selling for $500,000.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
but then, then in reverse, the houses were for, they were going for like about $500,000 and then they started selling at $800,000. So it's, any market is like that. So don't fear, guys. We're here for the long term. It's just, there's up and downs in any market, okay? But anyways, for this episode, we're going to be doing technical analysis on 10 cryptos. The first crypto that we're going to hit is going to be Bitcoin, the big don of all, okay? Let me just check my notes real quick. Okay, it's going to be Bitcoin. All right, guys, we're going to be doing live technical analysis on Bitcoin, the dawn of all cryptos. And I'm going to hand it over to Crypto Poppy. There you go, buddy. Go ahead.
All right. How's everybody doing? So first of all, I'm coming into it with fresh eyes as well because there's been no points to be on the charts, constantly checking and looking at the charts. So again, I'm coming into this with fresh eyes. So we're starting with Bitcoin paired with the US dollar. We're on the monthly time frame this time instead of the weekly to get more price action involved, to take a look at the great big picture. Then data, of course, is coming from Coinbase as always. So you could see here, let's just adjust our chart and take a look at what we have. You could see our big parabolic movement to the upside in 2021. You see a rejection, created a new all-time high a couple months later towards the end of 2021 before coming back down to the downside. Tried to make a little relief rally back up to the upside before melting down. Little sideways consolidation before slowly starting to grind and move back up to the upside. All throughout 2023, we keep moving to the upside. 2024 broke and created new all-time highs in early 2024 before getting sold back down, coming back down to our trend line that we have drawn from July 1st, 2021, second touch point, January 1st, 2022, extended out. You could see we found support on that trend line from all those years back before we started to rocket up towards the upside. And then we just slowed down. We also had some trend lines from pretty much the same time frames from the bottom trend line, the top trend line. First touch point is April 1st, 2021 and November 1st, 2021, and extended that out. You could see once we broke above it, we did reach up a little bit more to the upside, to the 618 to the upside at 102,000 before getting rejected back down. Below that trend line, we tried to bounce off of it once, but we came right back below it to a fib extension. We came down to about $74,000. And now that's where we are currently at. We're came back down, touched the Fibonacci, and it looks like we're going to continue back up to the upside. Major level of resistance currently is at $89,000. And we also have that trend line just slightly above the Fibonacci at about $91,000. So if we continue to push up to the upside, targets to the upside would be 114,000. Another potential point we could get to is 139,000, with I would say maybe a wick or maybe the top of some candle bodies around 154,000 before possibly getting rejected back down to about 114,000, maybe wicking down to our previous highs here about 102,000 before again making these similar run-ups, come back down, retest, run up, come back down, retest. And now we're just waiting for the run-up on Bitcoin. So be patient with Bitcoin. This is the monthly time frame. Things take a while to play out. We could also take a peek over at the weekly time frame, adjust our charts here, and you could see here, we've closed the past 2 weeks, moving back up to the upside, bouncing off of that Fibonacci level. So hopefully sometime soon, hopefully this week, it looks like we could potentially push above the $89,000 level, push above the $92,000 level, and start making that run up to the upside. So all eyes are on Bitcoin. So this is where, if I wasn't doing analysis here with Buttersmooth Media, with John here, I would just close everything out, forget about crypto, and know that Bitcoin has the trajectory of going back up to the upside. So that's it. That's all that we have for Bitcoin. We'll let Jonathan pop back on and see what's next.
All right, guys. So that was that for Bitcoin. Like we said before, the market's still going. Yes, it's a little bit down. But remember, guys, the last peak from the last cycle was $69,000. We're around $89,000 right now. So let's keep that into perspective. Let's look at the bigger picture. Don't get scared that prices are going down right now. And even when it went down to the high 70,000.
Right.
So even then, it was still higher than the previous hike. So it's making higher lows still, which is what we want, and it's keep doing. It has done it continuously. It's just a matter of time now. But anyways, that was that for Bitcoin, and the next one we got on store for you guys is gonna be Ethereum, and the next leader in the crypto market. I'm gonna wait for.
Oh no, I'm good. I'm just resharing your.
Go
I'm
for
sharing
it.
your.
So in the meantime, while Crypto Pop is sharing the stream on X, if you're not subscribed, please make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. We've been slowing down a little bit because we haven't been posting as many videos because it hasn't been going on a lot of going on in the market. So that's kind of how it goes with the crypto YouTube. If the market is not moving, the crypto YouTube market is not moving either. So anyways, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe right now. We're at 668 subscribers. We're trying to get to 1,000. And also leave a comment down below if you have any questions. And maybe right now, if you want us to do some technical analysis while we're live, drop it down in the comments. All right. Anyways, we're doing live technical analysis on Ethereum. I'm going to hand it over to Crypto Poppy, and let's see where it's at right now.
All right. So just like we did with Bitcoin, we're going to do Ethereum paired with the US dollar. The big monthly time frame. Data is coming in from Coinbase. So you could see here, just like Bitcoin, we ran up to the upside in 2020, 2021. Does it make it into 2022? We started rejecting in 2022. So we started coming back down in 2022 after our all-time high in November of 2021. Came down to the downside, made a pump back up to the upside before absolutely getting demolished to the downside. We made our low, which are both of our Fibonacci, the big main Fibonacci and the Fibonacci extension, are drawn on the low here from June 2022. So then we went sideways for quite some time, grinding up to the upside, wicks to the upside, wicks to the downside, coming back down before starting to really move September, October of 2023, explode up to the upside, come right back down, get slightly rejected, but would be a big rejection at the time. Bought back up, then here come the rejections. We get bought back up, and that's our red box of support/resistance, which right now it'd be acting as resistance. Here it acted as support in, what is this, August, September, October, and November of 2024. We stayed within that range, and then we exploded back up to the upside to re-challenge our previous highs before just melting to the downside. And here we are now in April 2025. It hasn't quite got bought back up like Bitcoin has, because I feel Ethereum would probably be about $2,400. If that was the case, we'd be somewhere closer to this red box of current resistance. So with Ethereum, as long as Bitcoin continues to the upside, Ethereum should get its day. It should continue to grind up to the upside. But until we get a huge pop on Ethereum, I mean, mainly we want to get back to about $2,500 and beyond for Ethereum. Say get back between the $2,500 and $3,000 range, bounce around, then let's put a big movement to the upside for Ethereum. You could see here I have drawn from January 2022, first touch point, second touch point right next to it, February 2022, and have it extended out. So once we start moving to the upside, not just the Fibonacci's and the Fibonacci extension in white will be guiding us, we'll potentially know where our top will, could possibly be on Ethereum with this trend line to the upside. And if you look up here, I mean, it's going to potentially be lining up with $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 level for Ethereum. The longer it takes to reach this trend line, just the higher that trajectory is going to go for Ethereum. But again, Ethereum, it's been lagging behind Bitcoin for quite some time now. I would really say this whole bull market. So let's look for money to flow into Ethereum and really show what altcoins can do, because till Ethereum really blows off the top to about its previous all-time high of about $14,800, once we start passing that, then that's really when altcoins will fly. So Ethereum, there's no real point to go down into the weekly time frame, because you can see we're currently getting bought back up, but we're still towards the bottom. So look for Ethereum to get back over about $2,500 for some excitement to come back into Ethereum.
Can you measure the how much it dumped since this last big green candle?
So from its last swing high of about $4,080 to current low, current price would be about, I'm trying to line it up, about 60% to the downside. So that's 4 bars. So in the past 4 months, and April just started, what are we at? We're at April, I guess it's not April 20th. So I guess with 4 months down 60% is a huge hit. That pulls a lot of altcoins down with it. So let's look for a nice movement to the upside. Current price roughly to about $2,500 for Ethereum would be about a 52% movement to the upside. So let's get that 52% movement to the upside, some excitement around Ethereum, and let's get a top of Ethereum of about $12,000.
All right, you heard it from the man himself. Ethereum needs to, I mean, it was lagging behind and definitely stay behind right now. So,
true.
I mean, all we could hope for is a good turnaround on the market in general and get Bitcoin going. But as long as Bitcoin is looking good, I'm sure the bear it gets is going to start pulling Ethereum towards the upside, and that's all we could hope for now. But anyways, that's that for Ethereum. The next one we got on the list is gonna be, let me see. Who do we have next? Oh, we have the next one. Okay, one of the big three, Litecoin. Let's check out Litecoin.
All right,
See
one of
how
my
Litecoin
favorites.
is doing. Yes, we'll be at the Litecoin Summit this year in Las Vegas, Nevada. So
Next
if you guys
month?
this next month, and if you guys are there, come say hi to us. I mean, I guess we don't have a booth this time like 2 years ago, but we'll be there. You'll definitely recognize Crypto Poppy. He's going to be wearing some swag. He's definitely going to catch your attention. But anyways, next, what we got on the list is going to be live technical analysis on Litecoin, LTC. I'm going to hand it over to Crypto Poppy.
All right, so we have Litecoin paired with the US dollar, monthly time frame. Data's coming in from Coinbase. So again, not as good as Ethereum. It's a little worse than Ethereum, as in lagging behind Bitcoin. But with Litecoin, it's just mainly sideways movements. You have little pumps here, followed by big dumps, little pump, followed by big dumps, pump, followed by a dump. So you could see here, Litecoin, our first big movement would be our red box of currently resistance, which it's acted as support in the past. Little support, support before melting down, resistance, not quite made it to resistance, and then current resistance the past few months. So let's zoom in and take a look here, what we have going on. I mean, we're slightly making some higher highs, right? Ever so slightly. And then our lows overall are coming up to the upside. You could see our trend line down here on the bottom is drawn March 2020, first touch point, second touch point, June 1st, 2022, and we have it extended out. We broke below it just slightly August 2024, and then we rocketed right up to the upside, bouncing off that trend line. And then March, just this past month, we got rejected all the way down to basically where we currently are. We did retrace even slightly lower, but from the low of about, trying to line it up a little better than that, of about $62, we're bought back up to about almost $80 currently. So that's a nice buyback, buy up for Litecoin. So hopefully, just like everything else, if we could keep that momentum going, and Litecoin, if it's staying so constricted to this small area, which percentage-wise wouldn't be small, but just to the eye compared to everything else, this small area it's stuck in, when we make a movement to the upside, like for example, when we get back over about $112 to about $127, once we get over that, we break these previous highs and we start moving up to the upside. That's when Litecoin will play catch up awfully fast. So look for Litecoin, first of all, to get back above about 122, 127 before moving up to the 618 around $200, and then rocketing up to the upside, man. Talking about making some new all-time highs of 463, 724, 985. I mean, there's no limit for Litecoin currently. The sky's the limit with Litecoin. We could measure out these movements roughly from current price to the red box of resistance is about 52%. So just like with Ethereum needed a 52% movement, Litecoin needs that 52% movement from current price to the Fibonacci, 150%, to the 786, about 207%. And I mean, we would just be getting started there. So Litecoin has a lot of upside potential, just like Ethereum has. Once these two blue chip coins play catch up with Bitcoin, once money starts flowing out of Bitcoin and into these altcoins, then we're going to see explosive movements to the upside. So that's all I have for Litecoin today.
So that was that for Litecoin. It looks pretty much it's lagging behind just as Ethereum is from Bitcoin. So just gotta wait. A lot of waiting right now, guys. These are the times that test your patience. Don't get not financial advice. Do not sell at a loss right now. I see a lot of people panicking, but we've been through worse. If you've been in the market for the past 3 years, it's been way worse than this. And Bitcoin's still above the all-time high from previous cycles. So do not fear, guys. Anyways, just a quick news right here. We got some breaking news, okay, from Cointelegraph. Now Ethereum's average gas fees drops to approximately 0.01 cents, 1/10 of a cent per transaction. You guys did it. We did it. Look at that.
Nice.
All right, so go buy some more Ethereum right now. Not financial advice. Anyways, just quick news break right now. All right. Anyways, before we move on to the next coin, please make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're currently at 368 YouTube subscribers. No, sorry, not 300. 668.
Come on.
668 YouTube subscribers. We're currently on the road to 1,000 YouTube subscribers, so please make sure you subscribe to the channel if you find any value in our content, and also leave a like and comment down below. And if you guys want to request a coin that you want us to do technical analysis on, please drop it in the live chat right now. But anyways, the next one on the list we had Litecoin. The next one's gonna be.
Hold on, we just lost.
Oh, let's see. Hold on, guys. Some technical difficulties right now. Stupid camera. Let's see.
Oh yeah, we lost Jonathan on the stream. Oh, it just flashed.
You look to buy a new cable. Let's see. Come on.
Check.
Come on. Let's see.
All right, he's working on a solution. Look at this man work. He's breathing hard too. Look at him go.
I am getting over a sickness, so let me just a little quick break, guys. Sorry about that.
Could you switch it to me?
I am getting over a sickness. No, that's the camera is now. Oh yeah, hold on. You know what? In the meantime, I'm gonna let Crypto Poppy do the next coin. The next coin is gonna be Chainlink.
All
We're
right.
gonna switch it over to Crypto Poppy while I work this problem now, right now.
All right, people, you're in my hands now. All right, so we have Chainlink paired with the US dollar. We're on the monthly time frame. Data, of course, is coming in from Coinbase. So let's take a look here. We're pretty well zoomed out. Let's zoom in slightly. Take a look here. We have our Fibonacci drawn from swing high, which was May 2021. We have our swing low somewhere right in here, but it looks like here, June 2023. And we have it just extended out. We have a couple wicks that need to be filled here. You could see it's right above the 618, so good correlation, lining up well. Another wick, the top of this wick here from January 2022, and we have both of these extended out. So we know at some point in the future, those wicks, these areas are going to need to be filled. So you can see here we come down, we crash down to the downside. In 2022, we go sideways for pretty much a year before we start moving up. 2024, we get a nice pump to the upside. Let's measure that. So from our low to our swing high is about 303% before chopping around, getting sold back down, getting bought back up, coming back down, but we didn't retrace quite 100% of this original pump before we moved back up to the upside. A big monthly candle down to the downside in February. March, we tried to make a push up to the upside above the 236 fib level before getting rejected back down. Then April opened and it said, see you later. We came down to the downside, and then we've been getting bought back up ever since through the month of April. Happy 420, happy buy it back up, and we're hopefully going to continue to move to the upside. Chainlink, we got to get over 16 cents, which is where the 236 fib level is, before expecting a movement to the upside. Once we get above the 236, we would be looking at these candle body tops at about $25 before facing a little resistance at our red box, about $28.32, $28.23, excuse me, before pushing back up and hopefully wicking up, touching the 618 at about $34.64, possibly get rejected back down to the red box before skyrocketing to the upside. So Chainlink has an enormous amount of upside, roughly from current price to the red box would be 106%. Oh my goodness. I didn't know it was that much just from looking at it right here. Up to the 618, and the other red box of resistance where wick needs to be filled is about 157% to the bottom. To the top is about 182%. So huge gains on the table for Chainlink. Chainlink is a fan favorite. Chainlink has a lot of money that flows in and out of it on a regular basis. It is a popular coin on Coinbase and other major exchanges. Has a huge fan group that follows it and promotes it and pushes it. I love Chainlink. You love Chainlink. We all love Chainlink. So let's hope that this is creating a higher low, and now we need to go put our higher high in Chainlink. So let's see if our man JJ fixed the
We
technical
got it fixed.
difficulty.
This would not be what is more crypto without
Beautiful.
technical difficulties. Okay,
Exactly.
guys. But anyways, that was
That's
that
true.
for Chainlink. It's looking decent, right? I want to say
Yeah,
it's
it
looking
looks
decent.
good.
I
It
mean,
looks
compared
good.
to everything else, it looks decent. There's
Yeah.
nothing else but waiting. Okay, but the next one we got, so Crypto Public pulled it up. Cardano, ADA, ADA.
Cardano.
I know the Cardano CEO or creator has been involved with all this crypto legislation in the White House, meeting with all these people in the White House. So, I mean, there's a lot of good news that's been going on for crypto, but the price still been going down. But
True.
that's just in general because of the tariffs. So, I think I think Trump was supposed to get together with a lot of leaders from other countries to work out the tariffs a little better. So hopefully that's good news for everybody, and we'll see how that goes. But anyways, we're doing a little audio check. We're looking good.
Yep,
We're
everything's
sounding
good.
good. We're sounding good. Okay, guys. For the next one, we're gonna do some technical analysis on Cardano, ADA. I'm gonna hand it over to Crypto Poppy.
Cardano with a
Cardano, whatever. You guys know what I'm talking about.
That's that Spanish in you.
Español, okay?
All right. So we have Cardano paired with the US dollar. Monthly time frame data is coming from Coinbase. If you want another sparkling water, my man, they're in the
Yes,
fridge.
I will.
All right. So speaking of coming to the downside, oh man, this is textbook. Look at this pump, and that's all we did since the all-time high in September 2021. We have just melted and melted and melted and melted to the downside. Then starting January 2023, we go sideways with some consolidation, little movement to the downside, little pumps here and there, but at the time would be huge pumps coming up to the downside. And as you could see here, March 2024, the very top of the wick, I'm going to slide over to the left. You could see that wick was testing these wicks here as resistance. So we were rejected down from those, moved sideways for about half a year or so before pumping up to the upside. And that kind of looks like, I guess zoomed in, it doesn't look like it. But when it's small like this, it almost looks like it could be a bull flag to the upside. But when you zoom in and look at it and adjust it, that doesn't really look like a bull flag at all. So this wick here last month, March 2025, we tried to move up. We tried to push up to the upside, get above the 236, get above the resistance level, which was historically support for many years, for a long time, a strong level of support before we melted below it. It's acting as a huge level of resistance to get above it. So March of last year, we tried to approach it, but all we did was get slammed down. Sells, sells, sells. More sellers than buyers in the market last month. Now here you could see we pushed back down even more throughout the month of April, and we're getting bought back up, and the candle is getting so close to turning green, and hopefully we could start moving up to the upside. But for that to happen, Bitcoin needs to keep going up. Ethereum needs to get on its high horse and start moving to the upside, and so on and so forth, for that to flow in here to ADA, to Cardano, to start moving up to the upside and pushing towards the 618. Now from current price of Cardano to the 236 is about 41%. To the top of the red box of resistance is about 51%. To the 618 Fibonacci level would be 210%. So a lot of movement to the upside, just like everything else we covered and we're going to be covering in this stream. But again, we're waiting for Bitcoin to do its thing, money to flow into Ethereum, and then that'll jumpstart the altcoins. So again, patience.
All right, guys, that was that for Cardano.
There you
ADA.
go. Yeah, yes, sir.
Just patience, just waiting. Nothing new that's gonna happen here. Let's see.
No breaking news this time.
That's what I'm looking at. See if we have anything that's man, yeah, nothing too major yet. But anyways, that was that for Cardano, ADA, nothing new to report. Still looks pretty much like everything else. Like we said before, everybody follows what Bitcoin is doing, all the other cryptos, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then everything else. But anyways, what we got for the next technical analysis is gonna be, let's see, I think is one of our favorite ones for sure. Yes, we got AMP. Flexa,
right.
you guys see the Flexa here?
Yes, sir.
Flexa. All right, so let's see how our favorite pink coin is doing right now. Well, let me tell you, it's not going to be much different.
Exactly.
All right, let me hand it over to Crypto Poppy.
All right, forgive my chart, for it is a mess. So you could see here, AMP ran up to just about, to a little over 12 cents. June 21st, June 2021. Oh my goodness, I can't speak. June 2021. And then we've just melted ever since then. We try to bounce back up, bounce back up before just going on a downtrend, multi-year downtrend. Where are we at right here? When we started to melt from here, this red candle, December 2021, melt. Where's December 2022? December 2022, we're way down here. And then just a lot of consolidation, little pumps to the upside, followed by big dumps to the downside. Pumps to the upside, excitement coming in. But let me adjust the charts now so we could look down here. Excitement coming in, huge amounts of excitement. You guys don't know how we felt during this time right here, March 2024.
It was a beautiful time.
Exactly. Before getting rejected back down, we bounced on the trend line just ever so slightly in May before coming back down, June 2024, breaking below that trend line, going sideways for a couple of months before pumping up to the upside, November 2024, getting a huge wick to the upside, just filled with sellers. Just everyone was selling except us. Then we break below the trend line, which was drawn here from December 2022, first touch point, second touch point, March 2023. Extended out, you could see once we melted through it, we came right down. But again, to be slightly optimistic, this wick low is higher than the previous wick low. And that wick low is a lot higher than the previous wick low to the downside, which is also lining up with our swing low Fibonacci wick. So AMP, we have a lot of space to run. We have a lot of upside potential. We have a lot of resistance to the upside, whether it be just a penny in general, a psychological number, whether it be the 236 fib level, the red box of resistance, previous bottoms of candles, previous bottom wicks, the 618 Fibonacci level, the white horizontal ray of resistance. So a lot of resistance for AMP, but once AMP starts to move, it just hopefully is just going to blow up to the upside of about 2.5 cents before we start to cool down. And really these movements to about the mid penny range and the low penny range, I guess that's still a penny and a half.
Yep.
We need to blow through those and get into the mid 2-cent range for a lot of excitement to flow into AMP, flow back into Twitter. And, I would really even call 2.5 cents, AMP at 2.5 cents, a relief rally for this multi-year under a penny for multiple years and just coming back above it for a week to 2 weeks at a time, only twice since, let's go back here, since September 2022. We've only come out of that ever so slightly. So really, for excitement to flow into AMP, we got to get back around 2.5 cents. And if we were trending on X during these two movements of about almost 2 cents and a penny and a half, imagine what we'll be doing at 2.5 cents. So AMP, money just needs to flow in. There needs to be more buyers than sellers, just like anything else. It would be nice for Ethereum to put in a move and for Bitcoin, oh my goodness, for Ethereum to put in a move and for AMP to start following it would be a beautiful thing. Until then, good buying opportunity, not financial advice.
Really?
Uh-oh, here we go again.
Of course. Right?
Here we go again. Let me check on the stream. Oh, we've got 5 people in here.
Beautiful.
Talk to me, people. How we doing? What's up,
Yes,
Billy
if you
Bob?
guys are in the, I'm sure you guys can hear me right now. If you guys are in the live chat, please drop a comment. Say what's up. Check in with us. It's been a while.
Captain McDeath said, "Nice shirt."
Yeah, thank
Nice
you, buddy.
Flexa shirt.
Thank you. Appreciate that. I wore it just for you
Audio's
guys.
fine. Perfect. Thank you, Captain McDeath. Billy Bob, what's going on, fam? Glad to see y'all back on. I mean, it's mainly me. Jonathan would be open to streaming as much as possible, but
Yes, that is true. Just like I said, it's not the same without Crypto Poppy. That's
Yeah.
for sure. So we like to hang out with you guys when we get on. Let me turn up the
yeah, it's
light.
just on my end, it's for one, just being busy, running around, traveling, hanging out with the family, the kids. And then if crypto's not doing anything, I'm not really, for me, there's no point of looking at the charts, being on the charts, worrying about that constantly. I'm fortunate enough to where, I'm not dependent upon crypto to live the lifestyle I do. So if I don't need to be on the charts, looking at the charts, I'm not going to do
To be
it.
fair to him, he most is doing it for me. I
Yes,
like
sir.
to do that. This is what I want to do for a living. That's why I'm doing this constantly. And like he says, if there's not much to talk about, then there's not much to talk about. So I've been trying to put out content here and there for crypto, but yeah, when the market is down, there's nothing much going on. I mean, there's a lot of good news that will happen, and I try to report on them. But same thing for me. I'm busy with life. So when there's opportunity to do something like a live stream with Crypto Poppy, so we could do some more technical analysis, and especially since it's been a few weeks now that we haven't done a technical analysis, I was like, you know what? Let's see if we could throw one out right now, even though the market is down, which is, now it's the perfect time now to catch this moment in time. And then once the market turns around, then you guys already know our calls. We have
Exactly.
All right. Let me see before we move on, since there's some people in the live chat. All right, let's see. Oop, not now. Okay, guys. Before we move on to the next coin, let me tell Crypto Poppy real quick, though. What's the next coin? The next coin's gonna be, so he pulls it up. We got Chainlink, Zcash.
All right. I'll be ready when you are.
Zcash. All right, beautiful, beautiful. But in the meantime, before we get on to the next one, if you guys haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, please subscribe now. I know we got a new subscriber during this live stream, so that's beautiful. We're currently sitting at 669 YouTube subscribers. All right, so there's a lot of content for you guys to check out. A lot of our calls. Check out the old videos. This is some shorts, some regular videos. Go check them out. We got a lot of content for you guys. Check out our calls. Go to the previous live shows. See what what we talked about before, and see if some of our predictions came through or not. A lot of them have come true, and some of them are just taking a long time to come through.
True.
That's just what it is. You know what? I did want to ask you something before we move on to the next one.
Yeah.
Since you've been in the market way longer than I have, it seems to me that there was a certain pattern that the crypto market followed, but just as after the COVID, a lot of just random things in the world have happened that have kept crypto down longer than it should have. Do you think that's what it's been like, or do you think it's follow the same pattern still?
Yeah, no. So in my opinion, the market's cyclical. So, we're going to be in a bull market for X amount of time. We're going to have a dramatic sell-off, sideways consolidation to where we're staying range bound for X amount of time. And like me and you have talked before is, man, a bull market only lasts so long. So it's about capitalizing and making the most from it, not just holding anything blindly, marrying a coin like I am to Anvil and AMP. Mm-hmm. It's not about that. It's, take slight profit at a decent time, be patient, gradually ladder your buys back in for the right timing, set rules, basic rules in your head. From our all-time high, I'm not going to buy until we're 60% below our all-time high, till we've retraced at least 60% to the downside. Then I'm going to start laddering my buy orders. So no, the market, news-wise, I feel that I could go on the weekly time frame or possibly even daily time frame for Bitcoin specifically, and I could see when it dumps. I could go look at the date for an example. I could go look at that date when crypto dumped, and then I could just Google search what breaking news happened on that specific date. And bad news came out when there's a big pump. More than likely, you could go back to that exact date when the pump started, when it began. Breaking news for whatever date.
Gotcha.
And good news is going to come up. But no, everything, just because we had COVID and things like that, the market's cyclical. I mean, when you start questioning, oh, okay, is this bull market, could this be the one that lasts 5 years, 2 years, 3 years, or forever?
Yeah.
That's when you just get stuck holding the bag.
Gotcha,
But no,
gotcha.
it's cyclical, just like every other market.
Okay.
And since its inception, it's been cyclical. So
Gotcha,
we
gotcha.
can't expect anything but that.
Okay, there you go, guys. The market has its cycles. We just got to follow them now. All right, for the next one, like I said, we're going to be doing live technical analysis on Zcash. I'm going to hand it over to Crypto Poppy, and we're going to take off from there.
All right. So goodbye today. If you bought some Zcash, Billy Bob, that is not a bad time to get in. Not financial advice from me nor Billy Bob. So we have Zcash paired with the US dollar. Monthly time frame. Data is coming in from Coinbase. And again, we're on the monthly time frame, just getting the big picture. So we have our first touch point from when it was listed on Coinbase in December 2020. Second touch point for the trend line is February 2022. And then we just have that extended out. So just like our trend line on Ethereum, I believe, if I remember correctly, the longer it takes for price action to reach the trend line, the higher the price trajectory is. So the longer it takes us to hit this trend line to retest it as resistance, obviously the higher the price gets. And Zcash, even though we're vastly below that trend line, it could happen quick or it could take a lot of time, right? Big
Yes.
surprise. But when we start grinding up to the upside and start getting big pumps to the upside, gradually getting there, you'll know where to potentially take some profit, right? This is why we do technical analysis, because when we get to the 618, potentially $140 from current price at $31, that might be a good place to take some money off the table. Take 10%, take what you invested, take your original investment out, and then start getting some ladder buys in over here with the bottom of these candle bodies at about $92, get some in at the top of this wick at $81, bring those buys all the way back down to the 236 at $63, because you would hope for that big pump, that big run up to the upside, a little retracement to the downside before continuing that pump. Because again, nothing just goes straight up forever. Nothing goes straight up to the upside indefinitely. In the big picture, the grand scheme of things, the yearly charts, everything does go up to the upside. But again, we have so many fluctuations within that time frame. So for Zcash, I would say a beautiful buying opportunity, just like our boy Billy Bob was saying that he bought some today. But the only thing for me with Zcash is that we haven't really formed a wick to the downside. And again, we're on the monthly time frame. This will vary between weekly, daily, 4 hour, obviously. But it does look like we're starting to come up to the upside. We could plot a trend line here too as well. We get our touch point there. So first touch point is February 2025. Second touch point was last month, March 2025. And you could see here, if we could ride this trend line to the upside, would be a thing of beauty. But again, it's going to take multiple months because we're on the monthly time frame. We want to see a big candle body like this to the upside. So we want to flip this candle, start turning it green, and let's move up to the upside, right? But again, as long as we don't break down too much lower, I have confidence that Zcash will follow the rest of the market as long as the rest of the market starts to turn to the upside. And Zcash, I mean, we've been just like everything else. July, August 2022, just straight to the downside, relief rally, straight to the downside, sideways consolidation, range bound, all of 2024, a break to the upside, November 2024, a most recent high, I almost wanted to say all-time high, a high in December 2024 before starting to move to the downside, get a little dump action going on. But it looks like if we could possibly round this out, we're making some higher lows compared to our previous lows. What's next? Just like we always talk about, lower highs, higher highs and lower highs. So we need to plug in a higher high. But where could that take us with Zcash? Is there's a lot of no man's land between the 236 and the 618. So we could look over here at the bottom of these candle bodies. You could see $94, $95 would be a level of resistance. So it's not, we're not going to break the 236 and go right up to the 618, even though it's entirely possible. It would be a thing of beauty if that did happen, but more than likely we're going to have a little chop, we're going to have some rejection, and it's going to take time to grind to the upside. But as long as Bitcoin stays, over $72,000, Ethereum gets back above $2,500 and starts moving to the upside, anything's possible with these altcoins. Anything is possible. Zcash is a fan favorite. Zcash does have a great team behind it. They do put out a little bit of content with working with Flexa, paying with crypto, shielded payments, things of that sort. So, a lot of upside potential before we move on from it. We've been doing this with most coins. Let's go from roughly current price to the 236 is, wow, 97%. I wasn't expecting that.
It was a good move.
A big movement just to get back to $63. I guess we're at $32, so that's a good point. So from current price up to the 618 fib level, 345%. To our red box of resistance up here to the top side would be about 420%. And then to touch the trend line to the upside is about 500% away. So a lot of upside potential, again, just like with everything else. So let's hope we could get this ball rolling and let's get Zcash to the moon.
All right, so right now we've been informing the live chat of some bad news having to do with Zcash.
Oh no.
Billy Bob, he said, if not, I'll take lower, but Zcash had the possibility of Binance getting delisted from Binance. And I just looked up the reason. Let's see. The EU's MiCA regulations. The Market in Crypto Assets regulation passed by the European Union requires exchange to comply with strict anti-money laundering laws and know your customer rules. These rules affect privacy coins like Zcash, Monero, which have features that obscure transaction details like sender, receiver, and amount. These privacy features conflict with transparency requirements under MiCA. What Binance is doing, Binance has alerted users in Europe that it may restrict or delist privacy coins, including Zcash, to stay compliant. They may require the activation of shielded transactions, Zcash privacy feature, or remove the assets entirely from certain.
Oh, we lost JJ again.
Oh no, my camera's getting too hot.
But I will say something about the Zcash being delisted from Binance.
Yes, go for it.
I don't feel like it's anything that serious. They delisted AMP.
Yep.
That doesn't change anything that the team's doing. It doesn't change anything that they're building. If anything, that's going to just motivate them to work that much harder and put that chip on their shoulder. Like, hey, you want to delist us? Wait till we show you what we have building with Flexa. Look at the payments that we're starting to do with the, I don't remember what the Zcash one is called, shielded something or
Sashi or something.
Oh,
like that.
Zashi, that's yes. Right. Yeah, with what they're doing, I mean, everybody is focusing on crypto payments and how could we pay with crypto? How could we update our payment rails? How could we get rid of these crazy fees and all the fraud going on? Everything like that. The US is even focusing on crypto payments. So who's the front runner on that? Is Flexa? Who is Zashi 100% working with, and who has helped them build what they've built today? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So who provides their collateral? You know what I mean? That's all that I have to say with that. I would not worry at all.
Do not
about
worry, guys.
Binance delisting.
It's just news, right? But that's their loss. Remember, Donald Trump said American-made cryptos will probably get, hopefully, I mean, this, I don't know if it's going to be for sure or not. Maybe we don't get capital gains tax on
That's true,
on American cryptos. So Zcash perfectly set up for that. And remember, the reason Trump is doing tariffs with other countries, I have my camera off because it overheated a little bit, so I'm letting it cool off. But the reason Donald Trump is doing the tariffs is to make other countries realize how much economic power America has, so they bend the knee to whatever America wants them to do. And if the cryptos that are in America are going to benefit from that, because they're made here. And he's also said that he wants America to be the leader in crypto technology. So
the crypto hub
of the world. So there you go, guys. So we're set up perfectly for this crypto revolution that's been happening for years now, and it's finally getting some more mainstream traction. So we're good on that for now, guys. Okay. So for the next one,
all right,
let's go. The next one is gonna be, let me pull it up. SWFT, SWFTC. That one's been holding up pretty nicely, right?
Oh, nope, wrong one.
No, nothing's down. There we
go.
There we go. Okay, so.
Oh my goodness.
All right, guys. So for the next light technical analysis, we're gonna do SWFT, SWFTC, and I'm gonna hand it over to Crypto Poppy. Go ahead.
All right. We have SWFT paired with the US dollar, monthly time frame. Data is coming from Coinbase. So you could see here, SWFT has been doing great compared to a lot of the other coins we've looked at. But again, it's newishly listed.
Yeah.
Wow, almost 3 years, coming up on it, 3 years and a couple months. It was listed July 2022 to Coinbase. And you could see here, with typical Coinbase listings, you expect them to blow up to the upside, but we just sold off. Moved sideways for some time, tried to have a relief rally, stretched up to the upside before coming right back down before we started to move November 2023 to the upside. And it looks like we put in an all-time high. March 2024, rejected down, bought back up, which started our trend line to the downside. We broke above the trend line, retested it, and just pumped straight to the moon, straight to the upside from about the low here of 0.004, and the high came up to about little over 4 cents before coming back down, and current price is just a little over a penny. So it's holding up awfully well for going up to 4 cents, only coming back down to about a penny. So it's holding strong. I would fully expect when you see volatility like this, we should make a run back up to the all-time highs, potentially create a new all-time high before crashing back down gradually over time to come revisit this trend line to the downside. But again, the trend line to the downside before we go to negatives, we could only go down so far.
Gotcha.
So this could be a start for SWFT. I know if you were buying up here 2, 3, 4 cents, close to 5 cents, you're probably sick to your stomach currently. But again, anything's possible. Great time to dollar cost average, bring your average price back down. If you were buying up here, not financial advice, because it looks like it's going to start to get ready for a run back up to the upside. It just needs to have a little bit more buyers in the market, and it could eat up these orders here. So SWFT looks great. Not much technical analysis we could do on, because it's not because it's such a new coin. It's because there's not really big swings in it besides what we've currently had in January and February before slowing down in March and hopefully getting back on that ignition in April. So that's it for SWFT.
Oh, man, this is looking nice, huh?
It looks crazy. Looks crazy. A lot better than most things.
That's probably one to look at for the next cycle, right?
Yes, sir.
All righty. Okay, guys. Let me see if my camera cooled off enough so you guys can see my pretty face on there.
True. Oh man, what's this guy doing?
I'm making a mess over here.
Oh, there goes the sparkling water.
Nah, it's done. It's done.
Nice.
All right, so let's see if we could get back into you guys' picture here. Let's see if it's turned on. Just making sure. Yep, we're turned on. There we go. We're back in business. All right, guys. Perfect. So that was SWFT SWFTC. I'm glad you guys in the live chat are talking to each other, Billy Bob and Captain Macdeath.
Yes.
Oh, sounds like some Mickey D's to me. I like that. All right. Anyways, we got two more that we're gonna analyze, and that's it for tonight. The next one is gonna be ANVL, another fan favorite. That's what made our name on the X Twitter's accounts.
True.
ANVL and AMP.
True.
From the creator Tyler Spalder, not to be Spalding. Yeah, Tyler Spalding, not to be confused with Tyler the Creator.
I don't think I'd ever confuse the two of them. It's pretty good.
All right. So we're about to do some live technical analysis on ANVL, a pretty new coin coming from Ampera and the ANVL organization. Acronym. That's cool. They've been changing their names quite a few times now. But anyways, still good. Same people, same company. Everything's good. Anyway, so I'm going to hand it over to Crypto Poppy. Go ahead, Crypto Poppy.
All right. So ANVL, my personal favorite. We have ANVL paired with wrapped Ethereum. Data's coming in a monthly time frame. Data's coming in from Uniswap. And we're on the monthly time frame. We're just going to keep it simple. I'm not going to do... We could do some Fibonacci's on this and possibly a trend line. I'm trying to see. Yeah, we could do a couple trend lines. But on this one, we're not going to do it. Let's just look at what we have here. We have the coin originally came out in June 2024. Nobody was buying it. There was no buyers in there until some of us stepped in, and some of us are in the chat. Till some of us stepped in, finally we found our bottom. The following month, we started to come back down to the downside again. The following month, August, we're at our lows. But here comes September. We start moving in and start moving up to the upside. We make a little wick to the upside. The following month, October, we dump back down to the downside before those buys come in. I miss being able to buy, swapping one Ethereum for like, man, I think at one point I was getting one Ethereum for like 6 million ANVL token. I love that, man. Way back here in the
regular
beginning.
People cannot fathom that.
Way back here. So we started to move up to the upside. We found a little bit of resistance here at about half a penny, moved back down to the downside. We retested the top wick from September before absolutely rocketing to the upside to just about 0.009. The following month we came back down, or we closed, we closed December, opened January, came back up to the upside, went just ever so slightly higher to about 0.0096, just about a penny. That's our all-time high before just absolutely melting for the month of January to the downside. But February said, don't worry, I got you. We're going to go lower, my guy. We came even lower. Then March last month came in and said Crypto Poppy hasn't been buying for a while because it's not ANVL isn't added to the ANVL protocol vault.
Oh boy.
Which I'm not going to get into that right now. We came even lower, and then here comes April. The Lord and Savior steps back in to buy ANVL, and we came up decently to get back to our February highs, but we've been rejected right back down to about 0.0025. So hopefully ANVL could get back up on its high horse and start moving up to the upside without me having to buy all of the ANVL available in the pooled ANVL on Uniswap. And I'm currently trying to, you could put the camera on you. There's not much we could do on ANVL. Perfect. I'm currently looking into how I could provide liquidity on ANVL on Uniswap. So that's currently what I'm looking into, researching doing some homework in, have a couple people from the X community giving me some advice on that. So thank you guys. I appreciate you. I love Anvil, and I can't say enough about Anvil. I'm excited to hear what they have to say, release to the public, share with us during Consensus in Toronto, May, what is it? May 16th, 17th, and 18th, something like that. But sometime next month, Acronym Foundation has a huge booth at Consensus in Toronto. And I know a lot of the community members are going. So safe travels, good luck, and keep us posted.
Well, that was it for ANVL. We got here Crypto Poppy, which is one of the biggest whales that we know in the ANVL pool. He's definitely he's already provided a lot of liquidity for a lot of people. He's definitely pumping people's bags right now.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, all we could do was wait too. But, I mean, you see that big old jump, and the ANVL is so new. When was it? When did it come out to the Uniswap market?
June 1st.
Oh, June 1st.
Starting the June 1st this year, we're going to get our tokens released on a daily basis for what we earn through staking AMP.
Ooh,
so that's exciting times, but I am nervous when people get their Anvil released to them that they earned via staking. Are they going to dump them on the market because they need and want the money to, regardless of what it is, what they're going to do with it? Or are they planning to stack it up, you know what I mean, stack up that Anvil and just hold it? I'm curious to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the AMP community is pretty strong, and they do like to hold AMP. They don't...
Anvil.
AMP, I mean, AMP and AMP, but I mean, that's where it all started with AMP, right?
True.
So, they're very loyal to AMP, and I'm sure they'll be loyal to AMP, but you never know. Circumstances have definitely changed right now in the market, so depending, I guess, where the market is at, if it's up, they might be leaning towards holding more, or if they need some money right now because of inflation, the tariffs, yada, yada, they might sell. Who knows?
And I know we're not quite there yet to June 1st, but I fully 100% wholeheartedly believed that Anvil was going to create a crazy all-time high before June 1st when the tokens are going to start to get released. Because, man, even if 10% of the people that are going to get the Anvil released to them starting June 1st, even if 10% of them sell a portion of their tokens, they claim them once a month to save on gas fees, blah, 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 and then just sell them instantly once a month, that could possibly hurt the price. So I'm hoping when the team is in Consensus, I hope they're going to release something saying like, hey, you could earn Anvil with the Anvil you've earned, just deposit it into the vault, even if they do 1% back. I would love 1%.
I mean, that'd be a good idea so people don't just dump the coin right away. Because, I mean, especially when you make them wait, they're more anxious about it. Like, now I'm going to release my coins. I need the money.
It's free money to them.
That is true. That's another bad
because it's a 1-to-1 ratio for their staked AMP. So I don't know.
I guess, I mean, it was a good idea for them to spread out the release of the coins too. So people do, because if they get all the coins that they got from staking, I mean, it'll be... I mean, we don't know yet. Things are not set in stone, so we'll see what happens. Still, we're excited about Anvil. That hasn't changed. So hopefully we see some Anvil people too at the Litecoin Summit this year in Vegas. All right. You know what? I forgot to... It's up to you if you want to do two more, because and the next one was going to be Songbird, but I forgot about one. That was XRP. Do you want to do those two next?
Let's do XRP. That's for sure a popular one. All right, give me just a second.
Go for it. Pull it up. I know the XRP. So I know somebody that's holding XRP, and he's priced the price that he's willing to start selling at is $10.
Oh Jesus!
And I didn't say anything. I just well, hopefully he gets there.
Right.
That's all I pretty much said. Hopefully he gets there, dude. Because
I like it.
So yeah. So all right, guys. So anyways, we're gonna do some live technical analysis. I guess one of the top three now, XRP, and I'm gonna hand it over to Crypto Poppy.
All right. We have XRP paired with the US dollar, monthly time frame, data's coming in from Bitfinex, but I should change this to Coinbase, to be honest with you. So monthly time frame, we get a lot of data because XRP's been around for a very long time. Let's zoom in over here more so where it's a little bit more relevant. So you could see here, first touch point for the trend line to the downside is January 2021. Second touch point is here, May 2022. It's extended out, and this is such a beautiful thing. The trend line to the upside, we just stayed within that trend line, right? Resistance, resistance, we pop over it. Support, support, we fall below it. Resistance, resistance, pop above it, so on and so forth. You could see that trend line just guided us ever so. It's just like a beautiful dance ray, right? We're just snaking through it. We're just going along with it. And once we break it, with a lot of volume, we break it to the upside and we go hard.
That looks crazier now that I remember.
And create a new all-time high awfully fast. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months to create a beautiful all-time high before we're rejected. That rejection came in February 2025, a huge rejection to the downside. The wick, though, that's some optimistic thing to see. Bought back up, but then the following month, March, we start moving to the downside. But the wick, we create a higher wick. And then current month, April, we wick even lower. So a little nervous moving into it. It looks like it could go to $1.41 roughly, potentially the 786 fib level at $1.17. But again, we really, if you look over to the crosshairs, if we go to the bottom of the current wick for April, we tested the top of these candle bodies from April and May 2021. So we retested our previous highs, not our previous all-time highs, but the previous highs. Hopefully that's our sign that we're going to continue to rocket to the upside. And if XRP does continue to the upside, we obviously have the 618 at $3.24 would pretty much be at our previous all-time high before moving up to $4.37. We got to go to see what where your buddy would be at. $5.06. Are we running out of Fibonacci? We ran out of Fibonacci. So with XRP, the sky's the limit. If we break our previous all-time highs, look at the low $4 range for our next level of where we could potentially get a rejection from. But again, if we start breaking previous all-time highs, that's just going to be a signal to so many people, so many XRP fanboys. And it's just going to be on a lot of people's radar. And where the price could go from there, Lord knows. It could possibly go to $10.
Okay.
But again, look at what its market cap would be at $10. I think that would be a little unrealistic for the current market overall. But again, just to reference, anything is possible. And especially with XRP, anything is possible. The sky's the limit. So XRP looks good. We're either going to come back down to $1.17 to $1.41 before moving back up to the upside, or we could possibly be rolling back over and people could have filled their sell limits up here and expect to buy back in at the bottom of this trend line under $1. Who knows until it happens? Is it going to follow Bitcoin? Possibly, but it wasn't following Bitcoin here.
Yeah.
So who knows with XRP? It has a mind of its own.
It has. I mean, yeah. If I seen the fanboys ever before, XRP has some big fanboys.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
definitely.
They go crazy. This is like a football team to them.
Exactly.
Definitely. Can you give us just a measurement just to the 2.618 just to see how much of a movement that is?
To the downside?
To the upside, yeah.
Oh,
to
the
upside. 2.618. Let's see.
All right. $3.25 is about 53%.
It just looks like such a big movement, but I guess once you start getting to those high numbers, it's not as big of a movement as you think anymore. Huh?
Exactly. So just like with Ethereum and another coin, I don't remember off the top of my head that we covered earlier, that 50 to 52% to the upside to get the ball rolling. This 53% movement to the upside would do a lot more than get the ball rolling for XRP. I don't know where we would go. Obviously, the Fibonacci is going to guide us, but if and when we do break these levels, if we're going to continue from here straight up to the upside, $4.50 to $5 is a safe bet. Is a safe bet for where XRP could go and will potentially go.
Okay. All right, guys. Let's see. I mean, I think that's it for today's episode. We covered a lot of coins. We went over them quite a little. We spent a little more time than we wanted to, but that's fine. I'm glad that there's some people watching the live show right now. 7 people watching, especially on Easter. Appreciate that, guys.
Happy Easter.
On the 420, the day of the grass. The people love, right? All right, but if anybody, if you're in the chat, drop a like, drop a comment in the chat, say you're here, and maybe if you guys want to, especially Captain MacTed or Billy Bob, if you guys want to suggest a coin really quickly, maybe we could do a little bit of an extra TA for you guys since you guys were in the chat. Just a reminder, guys, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're currently at 669 YouTube subscribers. We are trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. We're so close. We are definitely so close. It's like, okay. We have a request from Billy Bob, and I think we have to do it.
What is it?
Stash.
Oh, Stash? I've never looked at Stash.
Billy Bob, which exchange is it on? So we get the right chart. I think we have looked at it maybe once before.
No, this is all on NASDAQ.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's auto-correcting to SASH.
Stash. Yeah. STASH.
Oh, it's a Solana coin.
I think so. I think it's a Solana coin. Yeah.
Stash Inu. Wrapped Ethereum is stashed. Is Stash Inu wrapped Solana good?
I think so. Stash Inu. Let's see. Let me show it up in the charts. All right, we'll hold off right here, guys. Yep, that's it.
All right, let's do it. Let's take a look at it. Oh my goodness, that looks halfway decent. I thought Stash was around a lot longer.
How long has the Stash? Are we on the right chart? Billy Bob, let us know. Just to make sure so we don't waste our time. Because there's so many charts now that you don't know. Because they made the mistake with the Hex ones.
No, I guess it goes back March 2024.
Oh yeah, I guess it's a little bit over a year now.
Oh, Billy Bob's making this one easy for me if this is the chart.
Let's see, Billy. I just waited a few more seconds, waiting for him to answer. Let us know, Billy Bob. Are we looking at the right chart right now? Let us know. I hope you guys are having a good Sunday. A happy Easter, guys. Hope you guys ate a lot of chocolate today.
Man, I didn't have any candy.
Man, that's hard to believe. That's
True.
hard to believe.
Look at that, though. 15,802 steps.
What?
7.47 miles.
What
dude.
the hell you were doing today?
I work Big Back Fitness, dude, my gym.
Oh, that's right.
Burnt 1,411 calories.
Okay.
134 minutes of
Did you
workouts.
already set up the Stairmaster? I didn't get to take a look.
No, but today I opened up the box, broke it down, and got the parts out. So the Stairmaster and Big Back Fitness will be there soon. Dumbbells from 5 to 100 pounds, a rack, barbell, 300 pounds of weights, treadmill. Come on, my man, everything.
All righty. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, let's go with this one.
Stairmaster coming.
Ooh.
All right. So Stash Inu paired with wrapped Solana monthly time frame. So you could see here right when it came out, this is what a Coinbase listing should look like. Boom! Straight to the upside from, oh my goodness, from 0.50028 to 0.60, if I'm looking at that right. 0.60.
Man, I can't even tell. It's so...
But so let's just look at it instead of focusing on the numbers because it is a lot of zeros. So when it came out, pumped up to the upside. The following month pumped up even higher, but it did have a lot of sales, probably people taking a little bit of profit, some money off the table to possibly buy back in lower, just move their profit into something else. The following month, May 2024, we wicked back down, probably made a lot of people nervous, scared, but then you had someone coming in here, eating up the buys and more buyers than sellers in the market. drove the price right back up, probably brought a lot of optimism back into the market. And then here comes big bad June 2024, and that baby just melted. Said,
Gotcha.
I want more sellers than buyers in the market. Came down July 2024, bought back up ever so slightly. Slight optimism in the market, but not enough people to push it back up. August opened up, moved up to the upside before closing the month even lower than the previous close. Just straight moved to the downside, created some new lows outside of when the coin initially came out. And then it looks like ever since December 2024, we've been starting to round out. So it looks like Stash, as long as volume comes in, should start moving up to the upside, creating that teacup, what is it, cup and handle formation. So it looks like we need to start to form the cup, then the handle should come in and start moving it to the upside. I would say if we could go back to about July 2024, I would say this would be a nice setup for a bull flag. But since we did come down even further and we've been going sideways for quite some time, I wouldn't really say this is a bull flag, more of a cup and handle formation. So look for Stash to start making a movement back up to the upside, probably to challenge these highs of these two candle bodies, which again, I can't even tell you what the number is, 0.000042. I might have missed a zero there too. Before it starts to come up to, when it comes up to the upside, then from there, is it going to get sold back down? Are there people that bought in super high saying, once we get here and I'm break even, I'm selling all my coins and we're going to dump back down? Or is that when money's going to continue to flow in it and create some all-time highs? So as of now, the setup looks great. If you weren't buying before, or if you were, it would be a great time to add to your position. Not financial advice, for a possible run up, because from current price up to those levels of the previous candle body top is 167%. That's what I'm looking at here.
Okay.
So a lot of movement to the upside. In a coin like this, a low cap coin, that could happen in a day, that could happen in a week. So I would say stay optimistic if it's a coin that you do like, because I know a lot of the AMP community does like it. They've commented on a lot of my stuff in the past telling me to look at the coin, to invest in the coin, but I
want you to pump it.
Exactly. My only low cap coin would be ANVL currently, and that shouldn't be a low cap coin for too much longer. So that's it for Stash. I'll do you a favor, Billy Bob, and I'm going to save this so we could cover it in the near future.
I mean, that was that for Stash. I guess it's your average meme coin. Oh man, of course my camera is off.
No.
Of course. Let me see. Let's see. Okay.
Let's see if we could get JJ back on.
Let's see if we get back on the market. Let's see. Or, you know what? Let me see. I'll try something new too. Right here. Let me go back to the screen for Crypto Poppy for now.
Oh, you popped up?
Did I pop in? Okay, beautiful. Well, let me try something else too, just in case I could do it next time if my camera goes out.
All right, experiments coming in, people.
Yep, a little experiment just for the giggles. Let's see.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
There we go. We got the iPad camera on here. But anyways, let me go back to the main one. That was that for Stash Inu. I mean, it looks like it has some good potential for the upside. Small market cap. We just need some of that Crypto Poppy money going into it so we could get back to the all-time highs on that.
Oh, yeah.
But anyways, that was that for today's episode. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let me give a little shout out. Let's see. Let me give a shout out to Captain MacThet. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing. 669 subscriber. Appreciate you. Let's say he said, let's see, sick. Well, I'm glad I could help by being the guy on the other side of the stream. Half of my friends stream video games, so I'm used to being the testing crew. Hey, I appreciate that, man.
Thank you.
Tune in to our shows whenever we go live. You'll definitely have a good time, man. You know, we'll do some technical analysis on the coins that you hold. It seems like you got Zcash. And what else did you say? I think you just said Zcash maybe some other coins. Hopefully, hopefully you're part of the AMP community too. That'd be great. I think, was he the one that said had a nice shirt on, or who was that? Was that Billy Bob?
No, no, no. That was McDeath.
Okay, all right. So you're part of the AMP community too. Beautiful. All right, guys. Shout out to Billy Bob for always tuning in. Shout out to you, Captain Magdad. Hopefully the market starts to turn around sooner than we think, so we can have another live show again, and we could keep on bringing you guys some content. Anyways, that was that for today's episode. Please make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're trying to get to 1,000 YouTube subscribers. We're currently at 669 subscribers. Leave a comment down below. Leave a like. Thank you guys for tuning in. And that was that for today's episode.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Let me get out of here, guys. Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.